In March 2026, Stanford University published one of the most significant gut health studies in years. Scientists took old mice with serious memory decline, mice that could no longer navigate mazes or recognize objects they had seen before. They changed the composition of their gut bacteria, and the memory of those old mice became indistinguishable from young mice. They reversed age-related memory loss by targeting the gut. This was not published on a wellness blog. It was published in Nature, one of the most respected scientific journals in the world, and confirmed by the National Institutes of Health 2 months later. If that finding does not make you think differently about your gut, nothing will. Today, I am going to explain exactly how your gut and your brain are connected and what this means for your memory, your mood, and your cognitive health after 60. The gut-brain axis. What it is. The gut-brain axis is not a metaphor. It is a real, anatomically documented communication network connecting your digestive system to your central nervous system through 3 overlapping channels. The first is the vagus nerve. This is a direct, physical cable running from your brainstem down through your chest and into your gut. It carries signals in both directions, from the brain to the gut and from the gut to the brain. Approximately 80% of the signals on the vagus nerve travel upward, from gut to brain. Your gut is constantly talking to your brain. The second channel is neurotransmitter production. Your gut bacteria produce neurotransmitters, chemical messengers your brain depends on. Around 90% of your body's serotonin is produced in the gut. Dopamine precursors are produced in the gut. GABA, the calming neurotransmitter, is produced in the gut. When your gut microbiome is disrupted, the production of these chemicals drops. The third channel is immune signaling. The gut immune system and the brain immune system communicate constantly. When the gut is inflamed, that inflammation signals to the brain, and the brain responds with what researchers now call neuroinflammation. These 3 channels together mean that what is happening in your gut is directly shaping what is happening in your brain. What the Stanford research actually found. The Stanford study, published in Nature in March 2026, identified a specific mechanism that most people have never heard of. As mice age, a specific type of gut bacteria called parabacteroides Goldsteini increases in number. This bacteria produces fatty acids that drive inflammation in white blood cells inside the gut. That inflammation impairs the ability of the vagus nerve to signal to the hippocampus, the region of the brain responsible for memory formation. In plain English, aging changes your gut bacteria. Those changed bacteria send inflammatory signals that weaken the vagus nerve connection to your memory center. And the result is the memory problems that most people assume are simply a consequence of getting older. The most remarkable part of the study was what happened next. When researchers restored the vagus nerve signaling in old mice, either by blocking the inflammation or by chemically activating the nerve itself, the old animals performed on cognitive tests as well as young animals. As the lead researcher stated, we tend to think of memory decline as a brain-intrinsic process, but this study indicates that we can enhance memory formation and brain activity by changing the composition of the gastrointestinal tract, a kind of remote control for the brain. The researchers are now investigating whether this pathway exists in humans. Given that a 2022 study in JAMA Network Open found that gut microbial composition in midlife adults was directly associated with memory and processing speed, the evidence is pointing in a consistent direction. What this means for you right now. If you have noticed your memory is not as sharp as it used to be, words harder to find, names harder to recall, concentration more difficult to sustain, your gut microbiome is now a legitimate factor to investigate and address. The practical implications of this research are significant. Gut dysbiosis, the microbiome imbalance we discussed in our previous videos, may be contributing to cognitive symptoms that are routinely attributed to age alone. And the gut is far more modifiable than the brain. 3 things to do for your gut-brain connection. 1. Daily fermented foods. Kefir, sauerkraut, and live culture yogurt directly increase lactobacillus and bifidobacterium bacteria, the beneficial strains. They also reduce the types of inflammatory bacteria linked to vagus nerve impairment in the Stanford research. 2. prebiotic fiber every day. Oats, garlic, onions, and flaxseed feed the beneficial bacteria that produce serotonin precursors and butyrate. A randomized controlled trial found that prebiotic supplementation in adults aged 60 and older improved cognitive performance compared to placebo. Not just digestion, cognition. 3. Reduce ultra-processed foods. Ultra-processed foods disrupt the gut microbiome in ways that directly increase gut-derived inflammation. The exact type of inflammation shown to impair vagus nerve signaling and hippocampal activity in the Stanford study. Your gut and your brain are talking to each other constantly. What you eat determines the quality of that conversation. In our next video, we are covering the gut-joint connection, the research behind why your arthritis and joint pain may have a gut component that nobody is treating. Subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay connected. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, your gut is your actual glory. If this video gave you something useful today, something you did not know before, hit the like button right now. It takes 1 second and it helps this channel reach more people over 60 who need this information.